Hello, everybody.
What
Hey,
up?
Lisa.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up? I wait for see if the notification went out here. I don't think. Oh, it just went out. I didn't get the 30-minute reminder I usually do. Maddening. So yeah,
doing YouTube stuff.
Yeah. So I talked about decluttering on my live Friday night.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
Oh, don't worry about it.
You know how our week was.
Oh yeah, no worries at all. And anyway, we talked about it, and one of my things was, as homesteaders, we tend to be, I feel it's, just a guess, an assumption that we tend to be worse at keeping stuff. Hey, Richmond's Place.
Hey there.
I think that we tend to be worse at keeping stuff because we think we're going to need it one day. We think we can use it some way or someday.
That's right.
And the reality of it is sometimes you got to let stuff go. So, hey, Jamie.
I'll even add to that, in the preparedness community, which is a lot of homesteaders also, you kind of think, well, two is one and one is none. So you always need extra, but do you need 5?
Right. And I think, 5 jars of canned food is more important than 5 blouses.
Yes, absolutely.
When the SHTF. And I think the other thing is like even our farm stores on the property, we went through and realistically looked at things at where we are now and said, do we really need this square from cattle panel that we cut off? It's useless. You can't use it in the garden. You can't use it to mend a fence. We let it go.
Yep.
But if you look at this, and it's light out, so you can see this, so bear with me.
Okay.
I got to unplug. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, so can you see?
Yep, I see
how much we are getting rid of?
Go, Lisa. That is so awesome.
Now, mind you, not the smoker, but now, mind you, a lot, because we were lucky to have access to a dumpster. We don't have that anymore. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly.
Hey there. Hey, Jamie's Country Living.
You guys can still hear me okay, right?
Oh, yeah, you sound good.
Okay, good. There's no one home today, so I don't need my headphones. We're getting rid of all that. Now, you may see it and go, why are you getting rid of a canner? I bought that canner at a yard sale. For water bath canning, we're at a high elevation. I, off the bat, have to add 10 minutes. And it doesn't seal well. And so it lets a lot of steam out, which means the water level drops quicker. So Ryan looked at me and said, because we're kind of meeting a financial deadline, and which I don't want to get into, but Ryan said to me, he's like, Fleet Farm has a water bath canner that's bigger than that one, and it's stainless steel, has a clear lid, so you can see the water level. And he's like, seriously, buy the water bath canner, and we'll send that on its way to someone else.
Yep.
And somebody else who doesn't have the funding can be able to water bath can. Hey, Tina, Life in the Piedmont. Hey, Milk and Honey.
Hey, Tina.
Farm. That's Heather.
Hey, Heather. Good to see you guys.
Yeah. So, awesome. We're getting rid of a lot of stuff, and I'm really proud because my craft room has not had the door closed in a week because I wouldn't even heat it.
Wow, that's awesome.
I didn't want to look at it. So that's there. My shelving just arrived for my master bedroom closet, so I'm going to get on working that. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly.
Awesome. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly.
I just love her.
Me too.
I love y'all. I love y'all.
Yes, we love all of you guys. You're
Suburban Hillbilly is so real, raw, real, and I just adore her.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about one of the things I wanted to talk about today for anybody. I think that sometimes I know that we don't recognize our own clutter sometimes.
Oh,
And the minute you get it behind a camera, you're going to see things you did not see, whether it's the top of your refrigerator or that countertop space where you've been putting projects to be worked on. I'm guilty of that one. It doesn't matter what it is. We can sometimes not recognize our own clutter. And so I guess like the why behind declutter, the benefits that you get from it, maybe kind of starting high level at the top as we're talking about these things. And one of the things that I know, hey, Crafty Ruse, Michelle Summer, good to see
hey
you
there.
all. Thank you so much for coming.
Well,
Oh
before
my
you
goodness,
that,
a crafting person's clutter too. Like I'm a crafting person. So my fabric, my husband's like, you kind of maybe should think about going through your fabric. Like, do I really need all of the scrap pieces that are like this big? If I had room for them, that would be one thing, but we really should contain what we have room for, right? Or create room.
first of all, I'd like you and I need to have a FaceTime call after you go
Uh-huh.
through it
Uh-huh. Okay.
because I've been shopping online with people like you.
Have you really?
Friday night on my live, Glenda said she had a serger, and I was like, if you part with it,
What?
you let me know.
I don't have a serger. No
I know,
kidding.
but your
That's
fabric, because
awesome.
I don't have a huge fabric pile. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason why is where I stored it before
Mm-hmm.
was a moisture, high humidity environment, and I did
Uh-huh.
not feel I could get the smell out.
Yeah.
So, but I
Oh, I
wanted to go
gotcha.
back to your point
Mm-hmm. Hey,
before
love the
you.
land every day.
Hey there. So I was living with a master closet that looked like that, mainly because
How
a
did
lot
it
of my
feel?
clothes. Oh, good.
How did it feel? After you keep
Okay.
talking, I want you to talk about that.
So it didn't look like that to start. And I think I did clean it once while I was here. But here's what happens all I had was places to hang and
Mm-hmm.
place a shelf to fold. And sweatshirts are bulky and the stuff falls down.
Yeah.
So the stuff would fall down under the hanged clothes. And I didn't think it was a big deal. I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Hey,
procrastinated
Gwen.
like a mother. And
Right?
but let me tell you this. Now that I walk in there and it's clean, I'm like, Lisa, what was your problem? I didn't realize the stress it was causing me looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I heard Diesel wanted to make sure he wasn't doing something. Hey, Gwen. Um, and it's like I feel so much better. My craft room, on the other, it's a closet. Like I
Mm-hmm.
get excited about it, but not real
Uh-huh.
excited. My
Mm-hmm.
craft room, the
Mm-hmm.
shelving
Mm-hmm.
yesterday,
Awesome.
and like I was putting stuff out. Are
Mm-hmm.
you noticing the echo?
It got a little crackly for a minute, and now it's good.
Okay, let me give it a shot. Hold on.
Okay. I don't hear an
Is
echo.
that
Do
better?
you hear an echo?
I don't hear it now. Oh
Okay.
yeah, I do
You
hear it.
do? On me?
I don't know.
Does anyone else hear an echo? Because I don't hear an echo.
I just know that that can be annoying.
Yeah.
Richmond's place. No, I'm sorry, I can't come clean yours, and it's not because I'm not nice. It's
Thank you,
because
Jamie.
I got enough to do here.
Yeah. I don't know about you. So I started decluttering, and I mean, just it's been a lot of thought work, but there was some stuff to get through. But before I talk about that, I wanted to talk about all of the benefits of decluttering. And I want to talk about how that's why I was telling you, tell me how you feel. Because when I was, of course, looking this, stuff up, things for decluttering, trying to get ideas on where to start and all of this, and we can chat about that too. But I was talking about or seeing less stress, more joy, more peace, increased relaxation, increased productivity and efficiency, increased creativity. Say something, Lisa. Let's see if it's.
Yeah. That's exactly what I talked about on my live Friday night, which was amazing
Mm-hmm.
because it's true.
Mm-hmm. Is it? You're feeling all of that?
Yeah, like I don't know about you, but when my environment is chaotic, I feel
Mm-hmm.
chaotic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you guys. When my organization is chaotic, I'm sorry, when I'm not organized, it's chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
I feel chaotic. Um, and I admit I'm a crammer. And when I worked and I had a quick clean because somebody was coming over, I
Mm-hmm.
crammed. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in the summertime, we get really, really busy. We finish a project, we try to put things away, but sometimes we're just exhausted and we slam them on the
Mm-hmm.
toolbox.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yep.
But, you know, I know Heather has talked about, Milk and Honey has talked about her husband is going to go missing in her craft room. Girl, get in
Oh
there
yeah, I
and
remember that. That was awesome.
girl, get in there and set a timer for an hour a day.
Mm-hmm.
And once the
Hey,
timer goes
Devin.
off, close the door. Hey, our new land.
Mm-hmm.
But I know
Yes.
that we decluttered our Christmas decorate. Now I have a huge pile for my
Mm-hmm.
son. The problem
Mm-hmm.
is I still need to store that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I also have to reevaluate, is it worth the shipping to send
Mm-hmm.
to a young man who is not sentimental?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Gosh, what to do?
see, Jamie, I just throw things down in the craft room and close the door. That's what I did. And I'm telling you, adding the shelves has made a huge difference. I feel like I can be productive in there.
Mm-hmm.
And adding the shelves to my master bedroom today will help eliminate everything falling off the top shelf because
Mm-hmm.
all my leggings and jeans and
Mm-hmm.
hoodies
Yeah.
can go on those shelves and they won't
Mm-hmm.
fall. If they fall down, I'll see it versus when it fell down below the clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be nice.
So what are you doing over there?
So I've started small. Well, I started going through, I'm the one that has a shelf where I have projects on this shelf of things that I need to get done. One of them, just to give you an example, is like an arts and crafts kind of thing. I had a picture that we sort of inherited. Well, it's nothing fancy. It's like one of those window box things, and it's so cute. It's got a little gun in there, but the gun came off of the glue piece. I want to fix the picture and use it, but I'd like to, since the things that were on there fell off, I want to replace the backing with like a beige or tan suede, and then I want to and Lisa says hi.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
And then I want to put like suede on the background and then glue them back down. Tell me that won't look nice. It's very southwesterny. So anyhow,
I
that was
think
sitting out there.
I think that would be really cool.
It would be, but it's been sitting there. I don't know. It could be a year now, and I'm not joking. And no, I can't apologize either because it's just that's how I do. I'm gonna do this. I'm a very much, if there's a project, I will finish it. Just the question is when. That's
Yeah.
what it is, right?
Yeah.
So it needs to be relocated. I need to determine, like, am I doing this anytime soon? Because I haven't even ordered that fabric. I don't think I have suede in my piles. Again, I need to get through my fabric, but um that's the kind, so clearing off that shelf. So I relocated that and kind of put it up with my craft stuff, as in this is going to be taken care of later. I had my seeds out there, and I know it's almost seed time, but I need to find a new home for my little seed cubes. I have these cute little cubes that I stack all my seed packets in. I had to relocate those. What else oh my goodness, Lisa, I had a pile in front of my dresser. I had, we're still, is sad to say, we're still unpacking. Like there's things that we have not unpacked. Old sheets that after our last call, I might, or our last live, I'm thinking about maybe turning it into a rug. But I mean, so little things. I cleared the pile from in front of the dresser. Don't let me spiral, Lisa. You know I can do that. Um, so those have been my starting points so far, and I feel like I did something else too. But a little time here and a little time there. Oh my gosh, supplements. Anybody out there have supplements that you bought and then you don't use them and they're like old, like you don't even remember when you bought them anymore? Yes, the crochet rag. That's what I want to do right there.
Well, what I did because of what Gwen had suggested last week was when I went through my closet, I found a few items that I really liked, but they've been worn and I really like the feel of them. And I said, you know what? I saved a bunch of items that I'm going to make a rug out of.
Yeah.
So I'm looking into it. But yeah, if you have not gone through those totes in 10 years, go through them because you could probably power through them.
One at a time. Just one at a time.
And one of the things that I do know is because we've been through some of the totes, they were reduced. Here's the cool thing. I got the shelving for my craft room.
Go, Kathleen.
So my soap and my candle stuff are in 2 different totes marked. I had some items like I'm going to make crocheted Christmas ornaments. So I bought the shatterproof balls to do it for. And some other crafty items. Well, I had no place for them. So I put them into a tote and marked them. You know darn well if they're not out, I'm not going to do it. So when I got my shelving, I eliminated a tote in my closet. And it felt so good.
Yeah, it does feel good.
To know where it was, to get it, and to unpack it.
Yeah.
Hi, Diesel.
Oh, and the pile in front of my dresser, MTN Grandpa did that. So I had a rough day of work. Anyways, so I work from home. I work remote. But I always eat precious.
He's staring at me.
Bless it. So I get off of work, I go in there and I'm like, whoa, thank you. It felt so good. I felt lighter. Did you feel lighter, Lisa? Like,
yep,
lighter. Like when I walked into the room, because he got rid of a bunch of stuff. And we still have stuff to do. You guys, I had my supplements, like vitamins, sitting on top of, I've got like a built-in desk in my master bedroom. And I had supplement bottles sitting up there. And he takes some and I take some. I mean, it's a pretty, large pile of bottles. I don't know, about, 10, 12 bottles, 5 or 6 supplements each, right?
50.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Quiet.
So they're sitting up here and I've got one of those white, plastic shelves with the drawers full of like supplements, tinctures, like a combination of things, right? And I couldn't put the top supplements into the drawer because it was full of stuff that I didn't use or that was old. And so I totally went through there and I got a decent size bag that I just threw out. And when I put it in the bag, Lisa, is this what you were thinking with those bags? I was like, holy smokes. Like that's a lot. I had no idea. It was a large, you ever gone, where was the bag from? I think it was Hobby Lobby. You know the larger bags that they give you to put larger stuff in? It was almost full of supplements. I didn't even know the drawers held that much.
I know
but
it.
That was, so I had done that and that motivated him when I was working. He was in there and he was organizing stuff. Oh my goodness. Lighter. We still have a ways to go.
I will tell you this. I was considering doing a yard sale. Except for my books, I was considering doing a yard sale. Now, everybody knows what my former counselor life was, right? We talked about what that is.
I love that too, because I feel like your perspective on things is really cool to hear, based on your experience and the knowledge that you have that a lot of us don't.
Well, I was going to do a yard sale. Now,
Mhm.
mind you, I've really had to steer clear of yard sales because I've always lived in a rural area where I didn't work
Mhm.
far from or I worked in. And that
Uh-huh.
presented an issue for me because I
Uh-huh.
didn't want certain people coming to my home,
Oh, yeah.
mainly for
Mhm.
safety.
Yeah.
I don't have that worry now per se.
Mhm.
However,
Mhm.
I really thought about it. I can't wait till yard sale season.
Mhm.
I can't.
Yeah.
You see all
Yeah.
the stuff I got back
I
there.
see it.
So I've decided now,
Don't you wish we
sadly,
could do like an online swap meet?
I know, sadly, the stuff that I have, I'm sorry, sadly, the local place to donate doesn't
Mhm.
take everything. And
Mhm.
the other thing is that anybody can go there.
Mhm.
I really want it to go to people who need it
Yeah.
or to
Hey,
fund
Susan.
programs for people who need it. So I'm going to load up the car and donate it all. And I've decided that is what needs to happen because I want it out of here and I want to
Uh-huh.
help somebody who needs it
Yeah.
because there's winter coats in there, there's
Yeah.
layers of long sleeve clothing.
Mhm.
So I'm going to do that. But I think some of the helpful tips for people is,
Thank you, Richmond's Place.
and Suburban Hillbilly, I'm with you. Um, the other couple of things that really helps people is set a timer. Some
Mhm.
people need lists. Um,
Mhm.
some people just need to get started. Like I'm one of those people who get paralyzed. And what started this
Mhm.
whole thing was not me, it was Ryan. He was like, Lisa, we got
Mhm.
to go through that spare room.
Uh-huh.
It's a nightmare. And that's where my pig
Yeah.
feed gets fermented. And he's
Mhm.
just like, Lisa, we got to do this. And I'm like, whatever.
Mhm.
And you get fueled by the motivation of seeing it get
Mhm.
done.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good
And
points, Gwen.
yeah. And Gwen, I didn't work for the prison system, but I worked with everybody in it.
Mhm.
Well, I did work for it, kind of in Rapid.
Mhm. Mhm. Gosh, that brings on not wanting certain people at your house to a whole new level, guys. I get you on
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, and yeah, biosecurity for the animals. Absolutely. I don't, yeah, I wouldn't have it
Mhm.
up that far.
Yeah.
I'd ask my neighbor if I could have it down by him.
Mhm. I have started small and trying to get ideas, because here's the thing. You've kind of got to, it's almost like, it's almost like detoxing. I always have an analogy. No, listen, because when you detox, they say you've got to don't just do like a liver detox, because you got to detox your colon first. So there's a certain order you're supposed to detox. Not that I've done this, but I've thought about it. Therefore, I've researched it extensively. It's one of those things. You have to detox your colon, and then you detox your liver, and then your kidney, and then your blood. If you're going to do it. So, anyhow, your house is like that. If you're going to detox your house and you see you've got a big old pile of stuff, you've got to start like with what's in your cupboards. Are you even using all the space that you have? Because that's one thing. I found a shelf in my bathroom. I've got this big cabinet, with these really deep shelves, and I'm not definitely not making good use of those. And I still don't know what I'd want to put up there in that top shelf that I can't reach. I don't know. Something obviously that I don't need very often. Maybe backup blankets that aren't in the best shape, but we live where it's cold and we have animals, and those blankets can come in handy for multiple situations, right? If there's a power outage, if our animals are sick. So I don't know, I might stick those up there, but I feel like you starting with your closet, Lisa, it makes sense, because that's where you typically put things that don't belong out in the open. They go in a cabinet, on a shelf, in a closet. And then I guess the inside infrastructure, right? Like, do you have the cabinets and the shelving? And that's one weak point for me. When we moved, we got rid of a lot of furniture. So, yes, Jamie. And then when you go through stuff. Mm-hmm.
So far we have cleaned 2 storage rooms, the pantry closet,
Mm-hmm.
3 closets,
Mm-hmm.
and the spare room. Now, the good part about my bathroom is last year when we redid it ourselves, our closet
Mm-hmm.
in the bathroom houses
Mm-hmm.
our water heater.
Mm-hmm. Ours does too.
So the great part
But
about
I
that,
mean, it's next to it.
oh, well, for us, it's the bottom part of the closet.
It's the
So
whole thing. Gotcha.
all I have is a shelf at the top, but I absolutely love it
Ah,
because I have 2
yeah.
baskets
Uh-huh.
up there with extras. And
Uh-huh.
then the vanity that we have
Mm-hmm.
is like a barn door sliding.
Uh-huh.
So I put my towels in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have storage above my laundry room. So it's really
Mm-hmm.
nice because like I'm not worried about the kitchen cabinets. We've been wanting to do the kitchen since we moved in, but then we
Uh-huh.
know what happened in 2020. And
Yeah.
quite honestly, a barn is higher on my priority than redoing
Yeah.
my kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but I don't feel we have a lot of stuff because when we moved, we got rid of a lot of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Hey, Gail.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kathleen.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
He's just sitting there. It is so funny. He's missing Ryan because
No.
Ryan's gone all day today.
So here we're doing this decluttering, and I'm getting ideas for what I could use stuff for. Oh my goodness,
He's
look
just
at
sitting there
you.
staring at me.
He's like, "Are you done yet? You need to come over here and pet me, feed me or something." No kidding, Gwen. That's a really good idea. Quilting is something that
No.
I've wanted to learn. Um, but honestly, my craft room is such a mess. I can't really even hardly get to the sewing machine. So there's that. I've got to unbury. I'm so glad that we're talking about this. Um, so how would you, Lisa? How would you suggest setting goals for this?
I'm.
Like,
I don't think
so
you need to set goals. I'm sorry.
what if you set a goal, but I mean to do it, to like spend an hour a day. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about setting a goal of, should I put it on put it on your calendar, set the timer on your phone, to make sure you spend time, and then just start somewhere. Like I started with supplements because I was tired of seeing them sitting on my countertop, and then um yeah, just whatever little space, you just got to start somewhere. It's your house, it's your
So,
stuff,
right.
right?
And I think that here's the thing with me. I will sit there and procrastinate
Mm-hmm.
until the cows come home.
Yeah.
Right? I will
Mm-hmm.
sit there and procrastinate, not want to do it. You end up spending more time worrying about it and
Uh-huh.
stressing over it than it
Yeah.
does to do the job.
Yeah.
Just being
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
So if you're somebody who needs a goal,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
then you need to set a time limit for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You need to set a date for yourself to finish it. Whatever works for you. For me, once I get started, I'm finishing it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I will
I'm slow
finish.
and steady.
No, I am not.
I
Diesel.
it's see, isn't that funny how different people, um Kathleen's making decluttering videos. Those do help motivate me.
Yeah, I
Um
was going to do one, but I did the live and I thought we would talk about it again this week.
mhm.
I think it was better than a video.
Mhm.
Hello.
So you
Let me see what
mentioned
he's barking at. Be right back.
Okay. So, Jamie, the trash compactor bags, and I'm posting that because that's funny, but it has me thinking. One of the things I was thinking about was those bags that you can, because I have a lot of blankets. I don't feel comfortable getting rid of them. But it is taking up a significant amount of space. And I was thinking about those bags that you can hook up to your vacuum cleaner that will suck all the air out. So flatten those out. Has anybody used those? I'm interested to hear if anyone has used those and how they worked for them, because I'm thinking about getting some of those. That would help solve my blanket scenario because I do have one.
I feel like I have
Have
a
you?
toddler.
You do.
I literally just brought a bed over for him
Bless his
because
heart.
he was barking out the window and he was looking up and I was afraid somebody was here.
Yeah.
Not afraid somebody was here, but thinking somebody
Thinking.
was here and
Yeah.
there's nothing out there.
Ah.
What a um
Did you hear what I was saying about those bags?
no, sorry.
Have you ever used the bags? They have like a hole in them, and you connect
Oh.
your vacuum cleaner to it. It sucks all the air out and it makes what's in there flat. Have you
Mhm.
used those before?
I have, but I will tell you this.
Hmm.
I find I don't need them
Mm-hmm.
because I've decluttered.
Oh, okay. Well, I
You get
I
what I'm
have a
saying?
I do, but I okay. Those big old comforters are too dang
Oh,
fluffy for my. I got a little bitty sheet closet. Like I don't know.
oh,
I don't know if you can see my hands, but it's not very wide at all, and I'm having a hard time, you know, actually making use of it.
bye,
So I
Tina. That
was.
makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. And
That
then
makes
I
perfect sense.
worry about not having enough blankets if the power goes out or something. And I mean, certainly we have like, backup heaters and things, and we have a goal to try to get like a wood burning stove in the house, but we don't have one yet. And so that's a real concern for me, is making sure we have blankets. And then the animals too. What if I need them for, something going on with one of the animals? But
Well,
I
here
was going to get some of those bags.
the ones for the animals,
Mhm.
give them to your daughter to store
Oh gosh. No kidding. I didn't
because
think of
you're
that.
thinking about the goats.
Mhm.
Give
Yep.
them to your daughter.
The goats.
They
Mhm.
have the bigger house. They have
Mhm.
the animals closer to them, correct?
Well, they're kind of near us, but I mean, in all fairness, they're her goats.
There you
I mean,
go.
they're
I wasn't going to
family
call it that,
animals,
but
but it's her. She's the one who purchased the goats, and they've had, kids and whatnot. So,
the other thing that I
very
found
true.
is, extra blankets are great.
Mhm.
Even here in South
Mhm.
Dakota,
Uh-huh.
I don't need 4 million of them.
How many do you keep?
I don't have a lot. I have,
Huh.
I have, because I have tons of clothes that I can put on too.
Uh-huh.
You know,
True.
if I need 3 hoodies to go on, I can put 3 hoodies on.
Yeah.
Um, that's something I
Hmm.
learned a long time ago
You
because even in
know?
Connecticut, when we lost the power for 2.5, 3 weeks from an ice
Holy
storm,
smokes. Mhm.
it was frigid and
Mhm.
we did fine. We had one blanket, which generates your heat.
Uh-huh.
You get a couple people under there, it generates
Hey,
your
Uncle
heat.
Al.
And
Good
what
to see you.
materials are your clothing? Are you keeping
Mhm.
things that are 100% cotton? Are you keeping things that are, hey, Uncle Al, are you keeping things that are wool? Do you have wool socks? Um,
Mhm.
do you have wool hats? Do you have mittens? Do you have jackets? Like coats? Those are all the things you can wear
Huh.
inside.
No, so I have had it in my mind, never throw a blanket away. I have a
So if
lot
you
of
have 50 blankets, I bet a homeless shelter could use your blankets.
Even if
Or,
they're not real nice, you think?
yes, blankets every year. And this is why I don't have many blankets because I
Mhm.
chose to give them all to the homeless population and shelters in.
Love this idea
Yep,
too, because
that
the
too.
sleeping bags
You have
are
them?
really, we have all of our sleeping bags. I probably have a sleeping bag from like the 70s. We
And
have a
then you have the
lot of sleeping
blankets
bags.
from your bed.
Yeah, it's I need blankets. I'm not freezing to death.
Yeah.
And we don't get rid of them. Oh my goodness. I think that my husband and I, especially since the kids are all grown, I think we need to downsize. Here I was thinking I need to keep all these
Well,
blankets,
I
and
like
I
the
think I
idea
need
that there's a lot of use for them homestead wise. You can cover barn
mhm,
doors if you don't like the
mhm,
pigs. I can't lock them in.
uh, mhm.
So, like when I tear up carpet, it's going on their barn doors,
Yeah.
right? And we're
Yeah.
going to save it and then we'll remove it and we'll
Mhm.
have it.
Yep.
But here's the thing, like Gail said, homeless people are not picky. No, they're not.
Mhm,
I try to give them things that preserve their dignity because I know how
mhm.
important that is. But when it comes to
Yeah.
a blanket is life saving.
Uh-huh.
And let me explain to you what
Absolutely.
I mean by that. It's obvious, I know, but in North Carolina,
Mhm.
they would have what they called Code Purple.
Mhm.
When Code Purple was enacted, that meant the temps were getting below freezing
Yep.
and the shelters had to take in all of the troublemakers, no matter what. And that was to prevent people from dying.
Mhm.
Fast forward to South
Yeah.
Dakota, they frequently find people dead, homeless people dead
Mhm.
in Rapid City.
Oh my goodness, that's so sad.
So I would prefer to give my items to somebody to keep warm
I
because
need to
I
go
it
through
could
that
be
again.
life and death.
Mhm. Yeah.
Here they don't they try to get people up and get them in shelters, but there's not as many resources as there were in other places.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of
And
shelters you have to be sober to get in there. And that's a problem.
um Declutter Challenge 2024 and also the freezer one. What is that about, Susan? 10 blankets to give out on Thursday. The homeless appreciate them. I wished I was closer, Gail.
Yep.
I could mail them, but it might cost more than the blankets are worth, to be honest.
If you yeah, yeah. In
Mhm.
downtown Atlanta, I've seen the homeless people dump out the trash from bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, don't get me wrong. I still have plenty of blankets
Yeah.
because if already somebody comes over or we have summer and we have winter ones just because sometimes it's cool in here in the winter. I mean, in the summer. But
Yes,
we're always
I'm committing to reducing the blanket collection. I not only have them taking over my linen closet, so it's hard to even get sheets in there, but I have a couple of separate bags. Like I have at least 2 bags of blankets. He's so cute.
he's finally sitting down. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh,
He's finally sitting
you're
down.
so cute.
This is the
Bless
stuff I
you.
do to keep him from barking.
Yes, he's a doll.
17
We're
degrees.
gonna have negative temps
I don't want to talk
here.
about it.
So is it bad there too, Lisa? I think we're getting down to like negative 10
Um,
or 7. I'll have to go
oh
look
my
real
gosh. It did not look bad for us, and it has just gotten
quick. Yeah.
progressively worse. And
Hmm.
we're still too
It
far
has.
out for it to
Same here.
be reliable.
It next Tuesday we're gonna have a low of negative 10 and a high of 17. And then I always think about you. So y'all,
Oh, hang on. There you go.
oh my word. So you're negative 5, high of 6. Oh,
Negative
negative
17.
17, negative 21. Holy cow, with a
That's
high of
without the
negative
wind chill.
5.
They're forecasting gusty wind with it.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
I'm
here's
not
mine.
happy. You got the blur on, don't you?
I do. It won't let you see.
You got to take that
Got it.
off.
I don't know how to do that right now.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think it's worse this year because we've been mild. So I'm like, no.
I know. The
I
good
just
news
worry
is
about the
by
piglets.
Thursday, we get a high of 43, a low of 17, and that's a lot better.
Yeah.
Thursday next week.
As long as it doesn't last.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's funny, Kathleen. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I could not. We talked about moving to Texas. I cannot deal with that heat. I
Mm-hmm.
can't. I'd
Yeah.
be passing out.
In Arizona, we did, of course, didn't have any like freeze warnings like that. It was the summertime. We lost people all the time in the summer because of the heat. And there you're giving out water, right? You're giving out water as much as you can.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I will say is it's colder here than Connecticut, but man, it's not as bone chilling cold as it was
Mm-hmm.
in Connecticut because Connecticut is just higher humidity and it was downright bone chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, the drier cold, I
Mm-hmm.
actually feel weird when it's above freezing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it
Yeah.
gets so cold, I'm not leaving the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I worry about the piglets the most.
Yeah, that's cold. 33, 45 and raining is cold, but it's those are like the warmer days. I mean, when we went fishing this last weekend, it was 34 degrees outside. So I had, my layers on. I had layers on. I had pants layers, top layers, and I was just like, let's do this. It's not going to get any better. We might as well enjoy what little we can. We didn't catch a thing, but we did catch some peace and quiet. And that was really nice. We kind of needed that.
Yeah.
Just being out there, the beauty and the
Well,
sights.
I know that
Hey, Tina.
hey Tina, my mentors down at Halbert Farm down in Texas, they're outside of Dallas. They're in
Uh-huh.
Burleson, and they've had so much rain, the farm is flooding.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
now
no.
the temps are going below freezing. So, in
Mm-hmm.
addition to rivers running everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to have ice to walk on, which is crazy. And it's just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Susan's rambling. She's East River, if I remember
Mm-hmm.
correctly,
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah, that's
me.
cool. Mm.
And they're expecting a big storm, I think, or they got it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Yeah.
remember the last time it rained. I think it rained in August for us.
Wow. So you guys really need it.
Yeah, we've only had two
Mm-hmm.
storms with about 3 to 4 inches each time. Otherwise, just a dusting. And like snow is where we need it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's snowing now, sideways. I
Really?
can, yeah, I've got a window in front of me and the snow it's straight sideways.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah, we get a lot of those straight line winds here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Mm-hmm.
prepared for winter? Like you have all the blankets, but like, do you have all of the stuff to keep your animals warm? And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got the extra hay for the animals, or in the straw bedding and whatnot. I think they've already beefed it up out there for all of them. So yeah, I mean, as ready as we can be, right?
yeah,
I mean, it's still not going to be as cold as last year. It was horrible. I've never been through anything like that in my life. What you had was just craziness.
that's
What
why
was
we
it,
talked
negative
about going to
50?
Texas.
Mm-hmm. Did you really?
Yeah. We
Wow.
talked about it because like I talked about moving down closer to Halbert Farm
Uh-huh.
and stuff because I saw a couple of properties that were farms ready to go
Uh-huh.
versus buying here where I'd have to buy raw land and start all over again.
Yeah.
But, then they had the summer of 117 and
Uh-huh.
humid. I mean, when I was down there the first weekend in June, it was like 99.
Uh-huh.
And, they had central airs, of course, so everything was just
Mhm.
fine. But
Yeah.
and they had a pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get the winds too. The winds are just
Hey, our
brutal.
treasured home.
Hey, Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
But like, for me, it's the peace of mind of knowing that my animals have what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, you're right, Susan. There are good points and bad points, but
100%. Mm-hmm.
primarily, I love the weather here. We are dry, low humidity.
Mm-hmm.
We have delightful summers. Yeah, maybe the garden doesn't do as well, but
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I did not get sick to my stomach once from the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a
Right?
good 12 to 15 degrees cooler than Rapid City. So when they hit 100, we barely had above 90 last year,
Mm-hmm.
which was
That's
delightful.
mm-hmm.
No AC. Whoops.
That's how it was in northern Arizona. We did not have an air conditioner on the house.
Yep.
Nobody did. There's no reason for it. It gets hot about, oh, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's cool by 6, and you open your windows, and that's
We
it.
Yeah, and we do that too, and we do have an air
Mm-hmm.
conditioning unit we brought from North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
and I will say that Ryan tends to use it more than me, and that's because he's an early to bed kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still
Yeah.
warm, and when he
Too
goes to
warm to
bed and
sleep.
he puts it on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They
Mm-hmm.
are, Gail. They are.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything takes getting some use to, for sure.
Yep.
So I think we're as prepared as we can be, but there's always more opportunity to, prepare a little more and check what your
Always.
stores are, and things like batteries. Um, just making sure that, everything works, and you have enough. For us, we want to make sure we have enough little propane tanks for like our buddy heaters, and just all the little things, the backups for the backups, right?
And you can find them when you need them, not that you don't know where they
Mhm.
are because you're so cluttered you can't get to them.
Yes,
I'm
those are the
telling you,
special
we have a
places.
box in our closet by the front
Mhm.
door. Now this is not my
Mhm.
front door. We use it as a front door. It's a main entryway, but I have a front door on my porch. What are you doing? I have a front door on my
Hey,
porch. What's
Charles.
that?
What's that?
There's nobody here. That's me. Um, and the thing of it is we've got two totes in there, not full size
Uh-huh.
totes, more like the fabric ones,
Yeah.
full of the emergency stuff.
Mhm. Yep. That was another thing. Increase so finding things, that was on the list. You know what else was on the list of reasons to declutter? That I thought was interesting is living in the present. Start living in the present. Um, I thought that was kind of an interesting thing because you do have all of those things that you've had since who knows when, like, right? We've got sleeping bags from since who knows when that were replaced with other sleeping bags because we weren't that crazy about them. But yeah, all kinds of stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. And the finding things, being able to find things because you oh my gosh, food stores, that if you're not organized on your food stores, you're going to have food go bad on you. I always routine that's one thing I'm pretty good about. I routinely go through our canned foods, and if I have, more than one of something in my current cupboard, so my current cupboard, the expectation is everything in there should be dated 2024, right? So if I see that I've got stuff in there that's actually good till 2025, I put it in a box that says 2025 on it and I put it back so that way I'm using, and sometimes I might need to go there, like, and look in that boxes to see what's in there. Do I have this? Because I can't go to the store and I'm out of it right now. But that's kind of handy, and that way it keeps my cupboards with all of the things that are going to expire. And if something's getting close to an expiration date, or if it just passed and I'm like, yeah, that's a best by date, I'm going to use it anyway, I'll take it out and I'll put it somewhere and plan a meal around it to make sure I use it so that I don't have to throw stuff away, because throwing food away is the worst.
And following on that note, I saw a post
Mhm.
last night on Instagram
Uh-huh.
that said, "How many times have you done this already?" And what it
Uh-huh.
showed was somebody put 1/5/23 on their canning goods and had to change it to a 4.
Uh-huh.
In fact, one of my tasks today,
Uh-huh.
I'm sure I did that and never even thought about it. So I have to go in there and look at the broth that I
Oh,
canned.
because you dated it for 23 when it's really a 24 one. Oh my goodness,
So
that's
I have
right.
to go in there because it's a whole case. I know where it is,
Uh-huh.
and change it because I'm
Yep.
making more today. I'm going to be canning
Mhm.
more after this.
Oh, go
But
Lisa.
that's like I'm home, so
Mhm.
I don't worry about that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I had not seen that post, I would have still been
Mhm.
doing it.
Oh
Maybe
no.
I did it right. I don't know, but I'm sure I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
I'm sure I didn't. The
Yeah,
other
that's
thing I want to point out is saving money.
mhm.
One of the
Oh
things we
gosh.
talked about was saving money because if you declutter
Mhm.
and you realize that you have something, you don't
Uh-huh.
buy another one.
That's right. That's right.
And, and the other thing is you can make some money. So say
Mhm.
that like I have all these books, like I told you about, I finally parted
Yep.
with. I've probably got 7 totes or more.
Hmm.
I thought I had less.
Wow.
No, it's bad.
Holy cow, that is a lot of books.
Yeah. And they're the normal
Wow.
size totes. I thought I had
Yeah.
less. So anyway,
Dang.
I'm gonna do a book scanner where I scan it
Mhm.
on the app and see how much I can get because we did that before we left North Carolina and made it. It's
Mhm.
not like you're gonna get rich, but made a decent
Uh-huh.
amount of money.
Yeah. I was gonna put mine on eBay. Is there a reason you don't do that?
I They pay for the shipping
Mhm.
of the books.
Mhm. Oh, that's cool.
So basically, I scan, pack, take to the post office, gone, and then I
Wow.
get a check.
Do they so they keep a commission of it then, right?
Well, I think they figure that out in their price.
Okay.
But like I said, they may not take all of them.
Mhm.
I just know that the books that I got rid of in North Carolina, this was my sister-in-law's idea in North Carolina. She couldn't
Mhm.
even remember the app that we used.
Mhm.
But it went really, really well.
Huh. Nice. Hey, my wild home. Good to see you guys.
I just want to give you a heads up. It is
Oh
53 of the
yeah.
hour. So
And
if
I
anyone has
do have
questions,
yeah. Any questions before we wrap it up today, everybody? And also, if you have plans on decluttering something this week, share in the chat what your goal to declutter this week is, or where you're thinking about starting, I guess we should say.
put Broke Cowgirl's comment up there. I have done stuff like that all the time.
Oh no. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sewing stuff. I
The
need to
other the other thing is this. When you're constantly having
craft enough.
to clean, move stuff,
Basements.
declutter,
You guys
you're
are
not
making big goals.
you're not doing. Thankfully, we don't have a basement.
I'm
You're
doing blankets. I'm just thinking, do the blankets, and I need to get through more of my books because I was looking again, and some of them I know certain people will like them, so I'm going to mail it off to some people.
well, the other
And
thing
closets
is
and
I've learned that if I once I declutter everything,
uh-huh.
I can actually focus on what I want to do for fun, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes, it does.
So, you guys have great goals. I'm so proud of you guys.
They do.
I love it. Oh, that's
There you go,
funny.
Charles.
She is an angel. Hey, remember me with
What
your
about that?
fabric. If once you get your fabric all ready that you're not keeping,
Uh-huh.
I will do a phone call with you. Is
Okay.
there anything you're looking
Yeah.
for?
Um, gosh, is there anything I'm looking for? Let me
You could
think it
always let me
over.
know.
Yeah. let me think it over. Or if there's anything you think that I might be interested in, let me know, especially with the books. I don't have
It's
as many
all
of you, and
mental
I'm getting
health.
it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
is it? Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not reading.
it's all addiction and mental health.
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's another thing, Gwen. I'm glad that I saw this because another thing that I read was shoot, hang on, I gotta go look at your thing again. 5 minutes.
To the
I
end of
read.
the hour.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Go
we
ahead,
gotta
answer
back.
Gwen.
Was the looking at things that now I forgot what I was gonna say though, Lisa.
Go ahead.
Hold on, I got flustered. Let me go look. I refuse to look for something. Okay, yes, was that you can start, you have the freedom when you look through your stuff and you quit. Because here's what we didn't talk about today. Maybe we can talk about it next time more.
Yes.
Is the buying purchases, the buying all of the things. I know, I'm right there with you. The buying of all of the things instead of just buying something quality. And so, oh, I think the way it was worded, hold on, I got it written down. More focus on quality over quantity. So we were talking about blankets and needing so many blankets. And the truth is, you can get, -50 sleeping bags, right? Like you can get like the best sleeping bags instead of having a gazillion blankets when we only have one bed in our house. We only have one bed. We don't even have a bed in the guest room. And yet I've got 2 bags of blankets plus a laundry closet or linen closet full. So anyhow, that was another thing I forgot to
I
mention. So
think that's
thanks for
great.
saying that. Hey,
So
Christy
it's
Mom,
hey
we gotta
everybody. So
go.
3 minutes to the hour. Not trying to be rude, but Mountain Grandma does have a job and she's got to get back to
I
work
got a
and she's got a
meeting.
meeting.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. I love the discussion. I'm working on blankets and books this week. So look forward to chatting with you all next week. Yes, Lisa.
And next week we're going to talk about the buying.
The buying.
To be
Right?
continued.
To
And
be
if you
continued.
want, come to my live Friday. We'll talk about it too, but we'll do
Yep.
something different. Bye,
Awesome.
y'all.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. You guys have a good week, and we'll see you next week.
Work on those goals.
Yes. Bye, everybody.